Hello and welcome to my new channel, or my other channel. It's 2:45 in the morning on a Friday morning and I'm currently in quarantine like the rest of you, and I live off-grid in the middle of nowhere in a caravan in Spain. I have a channel that's basically about belly dance, and I didn't want to talk about narcolepsy all the time over there, although it is like a year behind in its content, so I guess I'm going to have to get round to that soon and sort that out. Okay, anyway, I'm going to tell you about my cat here. Lima! Yeah, not going to tell you about my cat. I'm going to be talking about my experience with narcolepsy and cataplexy, and that's going to be the kind of theme. I'm going to tell you about shit that happens to me, and so that you know more about what it's like to have narcolepsy. I have type 1 narcolepsy, which means I have cataplexy, which is loss of voluntary muscle control, like your head, your eyes, your arms, your legs, that sort of thing. I'm going to talk about my experience today to start with. So, earlier today, I was on the phone with my husband. He's living in Barcelona, and I'm stuck over here in a little town in Catalonia. I was planning to move there in 2 weeks, but I'm not sure what's happening now. I have not got any meds at the moment, and that's why I look a bit crap. Well, I probably always look a bit crap, but more so. I might look like I'm drunk or on drugs, but I'm not. That's the point. I'm not on drugs. That's why I look like I'm on drugs. I'm going to talk about it as if it's happening now, so you kind of get a feel for what happens. I'm on the phone to my husband when I start to have a cataplexy attack. My speech begins to slur, so I ask him to hang up, and by that time I begin to fall back onto the sofa. I can't press the button on the phone to hang up because I'm already starting to lose control of my muscles. But fortunately, it's attached to a metal holder which goes around my neck. It was a Christmas present to my husband, and it comes in really handy. I'm wearing it because I can't afford to smash yet another phone screen because of cataplexy. During the first 5 minutes, I tried to stay positive and just focus on getting through it. So I tried to lift my hand to turn off my mobile data because I don't want to waste it. Even in these moments, you think about the most mundane things. I managed to lift my hand and hook it over the metal holder, but I can't curl my hand around the phone to press the buttons on the phone. And I eventually managed to touch the screen, but I'm unable to move my hand or my fingers to type in the code. So I admit defeat, and then I completely lose control of my arms and my hands fall down at my side, and I'm laying down on the sofa. I can open my eyes just enough to see my face in the phone screen, which isn't pretty. 5 minutes in and things start to get scary. Because I'm in full body paralysis, which is what normally happens when you're in a deep state of sleep, my brain decides that I should be dreaming. So even though I'm actually fully conscious and aware of my surroundings, it kicks in a dream state. My senses are extremely heightened, in particular my sense of fear, which is related to the amygdala. I can hear strong winds blowing and rattling the metal sheds outside, and behind my head towards the back of the caravan, I can hear some low voices speaking like they're on a phone or having a quiet conversation, and I can also hear some music playing in the distance. Then I hear what sounds like someone repeatedly kicking one of the sheds outside, and then I hear some keys rattling, and then some footsteps. At this point, I'm experiencing intense fear. I'm listening to every sound, and in spite of the fact that my muscles aren't working, I feel like I'm trembling. The thing is, none of these sounds are real at all. There is no strong wind blowing, the metal sheds aren't being kicked by anybody, and there's no one around for miles. These are auditory hallucinations, and even in 3 decades of having narcolepsy, and I've been through this and much worse thousands of times before, It's impossible to convince my brain that this isn't real and what I'm hearing isn't really there. My brain won't allow me to do that. And I suppose because I'm completely unable to move, I'm vulnerable. So I had better be afraid. That's my theory on why these things are so intense and almost always predatory, and that goes for the majority of narcoleptics. We all experience very similar things. On this occasion, I'm lucky because there aren't any tactile hallucinations to go along with the sounds. Those are particularly horrible and usually involve things like giant spiders and snakes and horrible things crawling on me. Fun times. Today, I've had at least one attack every hour. Without my meds, I would be in and out of this state repeatedly every single hour of every day, forever. Imagine being unable to move or speak and experiencing the most intense fear for 15 minutes of every single hour, and sometimes more. And welcome to my world. If you think of the most fucked up thing that you've ever read or seen in a film, times that by 100, bring it to life, make it real, you're probably nearly close to what it feels like. I don't need pity, I own this shit, I can deal with it. Once I've come out of an attack, I'm kind of back to normal. But every now and again, you get one that is so fucked up and scary and real and violent, and usually involves being absolutely convinced that someone's going to come and brutally murder you. Those are the ones that stay with you forever. I sometimes wonder how I've managed to stay even vaguely sane, not in a mental institute, in a soft room. The human mind is limitless in its capabilities, but humans also have this amazing ability to endure the worst of things, and I certainly do. My closest friends know the extent of my dark sense of humour. I don't reveal that to everybody because it's just sometimes not very appropriate, you know? But if anyone's ever wondered why I have such a dark sense of humour, well, this is why. So thanks for listening and watching, and sleep well.